Right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good news stuff for you today, and well, I'm still not in my office yet. It might be another week, so for now, we're gonna have this echoey dining room, and it's not the usual sound quality and super experience that you would normally get in this show. But let's get right into it. Craig Wright uses falsified documents to prove innocence in Kleiman case. So the Kleiman versus Craig Wright case continues to confuse and basically not go anywhere. And again, how do you make it go anywhere when it's Bitcoin? I don't know. It's kind of one of the first of its kind, at least in this regard. So self-proclaimed Bitcoin creator Craig Wright has allegedly provided fabricated court documents to prove a trust with his plaintiffs, as seen from documents revealed by trial lawyer Stephen Pally. So according to Pally, the self-styled Satoshi Nakamoto has failed to prove his case by presenting court documents that Pally alleges to be fake, as they contain multiple chronological discrepancies. Among the exhibits filed with the District Court for Florida Southern District on July 3rd, there is a document submitted as proof of cooperation between Wright and the now deceased David Kleiman, whose lawyers filed the case against Wright in February 2018. Kleiman's lawyers accused Wright of stealing hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin at press time valued at over $5 billion. And again, that number kind of changes on a daily basis depending on the article you read. Supposedly, it's supposed to be 1 million Bitcoin or 1.1 million Bitcoin. And in this one, it says hundreds of thousands. So I'm going to go with the 1 million Bitcoin. We'll just kind of even it out. We'll take the median there. So while the presented deed of trust document is ostensibly dated October 23rd, 2012. The metadata of the file indicates that the document was actually created after the death of Kleiman, as Pally found. The trust document apparently uses a 2015 copyright notice related to Calibri, the Microsoft Word font, indicating that the document could not have been made from earlier. So, following the apparent accusation of Wright forging the court documents, Pally wrote, it makes sense that the inventor of Bitcoin can time travel, Your Honor. Ooh, kind of a good one. In late June, Wright declared that he cannot comply with a court order to provide a list of all the early Bitcoin addresses, claiming that he gave a key piece of information regarding the funds and wallet to Kleiman before his death. So, now, I know a lot of people on the channel sometimes comment in favor of Craig Wright, and they're like, come on, all the evidence, of course he's Satoshi. So let me just say my stance on Craig Wright now. So in the past, I have speculated on how some people could be Satoshi Nakamoto and some people could not be, and Craig Wright is in there. He's in that could be and could not be group. You can argue it either way, but what I'm saying is I strive to stay pretty objective and in the middle, but I am just a man, and of course I have my bias and my opinions, and I'm simply not, I mean, this isn't religion, so I'm not going to just have faith that Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto. If I see proof, I will go, well, I'll make a video called proof that Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto. No guarantee that it'll be titled exactly like that, but I literally will make a video saying, hey, Craig Wright absolutely and utterly proved that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. It's at a rest. We're done. Like, he is. But until then, I'm just reading the news essentially, and I have to say my opinion. Now, at least in the favor of some of those people, which I think is kind of a minority, and no offense to those people, but now, this copyrighted 2015 Microsoft Corporation, I can't say that I'm any kind of expert when it comes to documents of Microsoft and their dates and metadata. That's something that I don't particularly spend a lot of time doing, or probably most people. However, this could have been submitted, to the court, and this copyright could automatically be updated in Microsoft. So if you have this document and you made it in 2012 on your computer, and then several years later you look at the metadata and maybe the copyright had automatically been updated, I don't know. If anybody in the comment section knows that, so the question is if I make a document now in 2019 and say there is some copyright update like this in the year 2021, a few years later, and I go to look at the metadata of that file that I clearly made in 2019, does that copyright also get updated to 2020? And it just says that, even though I made the document in 2019. So again, I wouldn't say that this is proof or that he used falsified documents, but it's not good. It's not a good look. And if it is the case that no, the copyright does not update, regardless of how long you had it on your computer, just by looking at the metadata, then yeah, this is totally a falsified document. So if anybody in the comment section knows that information, if like those copyrights will automatically update after a few years, regardless of the date that you made the document, let us know in the comments down below. So moving on to Dogecoin. This would have been a great day to wear my Dogecoin t-shirt, but I just moved and there are still boxes pretty much everywhere in my house. You know, that sort of lazy thing where you probably could have got everything packed in a couple days, but you got a lot of things going on, you just moved, that sort of thing. So my Dogecoin t-shirt is around somewhere. I would have worn it, but unfortunate timing. Dogecoin finally listed on Binance, and Doge price is up 30% because of it. Who would have thought? So Binance announced today that it's going to list Dogecoin in a post on its website on July 5th. So they announced it just today, and starting at noon UTC today, the following Dogecoin pairs will be traded on the exchange on Binance. So Doge to BNB, to BTC, to USDT, to PAX, to USDC. So really the only crypto really is BTC that the pairing is with, but BNB also not too bad. The rest are sort of stably. Furthermore, users can already deposit their Dogecoin on the exchange in preparation for that hot trading. As of price time, it looks like, or as of press time, it looks like the coin in question reacted by reporting significant gains, up 31%. So finally, some movement on Dogecoin. Now, I like Dogecoin. I think Dogecoin is fun. I don't think Dogecoin is the greatest coin. I bought a t-shirt of it because it's totally hilarious. And I'm not the biggest fan of Dogecoin, and not that I'm not a fan of Dogecoin. I think it's funny. I think it had a lot of actually good charitable use cases, particularly back in the day. Not so much recently, but I did actually make a Dogecoin video a while back talking about the oddly charitable use cases of Dogecoin that has been sort of frequent in its past. And it used to be used to, I remember when people would tip and stuff like that on Twitch, like try to like give Dogecoin to people for doing certain things. So it used to be a lot more popular. I'd say the big problem with Dogecoin is that it is an inflationary coin. So it's just a never-ending supply of Dogecoin. The mining will never stop. It used to have a supply, and then they said, we're just going to go infinite. So Dogecoin just sort of infinitely mines. So eventually there's going to be so much Dogecoin that it will drag down the price. I think short term, there's going to be like ups and downs, of course, in Dogecoin. Of course, it probably is always going to be. So short term, we could see increased prices in Dogecoin when there's demand for it, when there's a bull run. But I think that bull run demand is really just people realizing, hey, like Dogecoin's going to go up in price because of the bull run, but no real good use cases. And I think over time, over years and years, I think holding Dogecoin is actually kind of a bad idea. Now, people might make money right now by day trading Dogecoin, and that's fine, especially with this pump right now. A lot of holders could make a lot of money doing that. But I think over the years, Dogecoin will not raise in price because it's just an inflationary coin. It's just constantly producing Dogecoin all the time. And eventually there's just going to be billions upon billions upon billions, if not trillions more Dogecoin. And eventually it's going to be, pretty out of control. Again, the circulated supply, so no maximum supply in Dogecoin. So right now there's 120 billion, and when there's 240 billion, when it doubles, the price can't really sustain this because it's just not going to, just inflationary over time. So you can see that pump, but again, no reason to necessarily jump into it now. I would say if you're holding Dogecoin and you didn't know about this pump, it might be about that time. But who knows? It could recover. It did recover slightly in this little dip right here, but that could easily just be one of these, so you could never see forward in time, if only. But it was just sort of hype, and it might stay up a slightly higher price because of the volume and trading on Binance. But for the most part, hopefully nobody bought all the way up here. Well, of course somebody did, but unfortunately they might be hodling for quite a while. So moving on to some, I guess this is news. This is kind of funny though. I think Ryan Hoover, I think he makes this game, or obviously somebody made this game. So unfortunately, sorry for Ryan Hoover. I don't know who you are. You could be a really important person that I just don't know. But he says ChuckECheese tokens are cool and all, but I'd rather earn Bitcoin. So it's just a post on Satoshi's games earn Bitcoin by playing games, and you can play this 8-bit game and earn Bitcoin. And I'm not trying to promote anything here. I honestly don't ever play any kind of crypto games or anything like that. I'm not trying to get anybody to click this link or anything like that. But what the funny thing is that ChuckECheese responded to this, and they say, this is the actual ChuckECheese Twitter, by the way, and they say, to each his own fake currency. And so it just created a storm of people just very, very angry, and not necessarily just angry, but some people even spoke, for ChuckECheese, and they were like, hey, at least ChuckECheese tokens retain their value. But most people were attacking ChuckECheese. It probably wasn't the best tweet. Oh, ChuckECheese, eesh, you know what I mean? No, that's probably not a good idea. But hey, maybe another. Negative press is good press, right? No, there's no such thing as bad press, right? So good job, ChuckECheese, for hating on something that's very popular right now. It's probably not the best move. But moving on, again, crypto hotcake Chainlink surges 270% in a month. Is it just FOMO? So Chainlink been around for quite a while now, and for a long time it was basically trading at nothing. I think it was like $1 for the longest time. We could check on CoinMarketCap here real quick. And sometimes I'm hitting my mic because it's in a very bad spot. I don't have my office set up. But now it just exploded. So yeah, for the longest time, and we're talking 17, 20, 30 cents. And then just recently exploded with some news that I don't think anybody knows if it's actually real. Some kind of Google partnership, like an Oracle partnership or something. So Chainlink has made monumental gains over the past month, surging over 270% as its market capitalization tops $1 billion. It has performed that well that it is now 16th place in terms of CoinMarketCap, so above Neo and IOTA. So as a wall of red bleeds into crypto markets during Asian trading day, Link is bucking the trend and still gaining. At the time of writing, Chainlink was trading at around $3.50, considering this altcoin was about 30 cents at the beginning of the year. So it's pumped over 1,000%. Very few others can match that performance. Even Litecoin, which has pumped 300% this year, is way behind comparatively. Bitcoin, meanwhile, has pumped around 200% in the same period. Chainlink is a blockchain product that attempts to solve a problem involving adjudication of smart contracts, inputs, and outputs. It provides a tamper-proof link to solve the Oracle problem for smart contracts that have no knowledge of real-world data. So according to Forbes, the project's solution to this problem involves the use of a decentralized network of oracles to lower the risks associated with placing trust in a third party. The economic model built around the Link token is based on incentives or activities such as paying for data or putting up collateral. So Chainlink is the hot cake in crypto land at the moment, just as EOS was in April last year. As we've seen time and time again, these FOMO-driven altcoins can come and go pretty quickly. Verge was a good example, such as a massive pump and dump on a promise of groundbreaking tech, and XVG's virtually dead these days, down over 97% from that peak. And I have to agree with that. I remember the Verge explosion where they had that secret partnership, and the price just keeps on going. Secret partnership. Oh man, we could announce it at any time, but one more time, secret partnership. So, and it turned out to be MindGeek, which provides, I think, ads and things like that for Pornhub and various other websites of that nature. And wow, you could pay for a Pornhub subscription with Vergecoin. So at first it's like, oh, okay, well, that's adoption, right? And I agree with that. That's adoption. But the problem with that is that there is that doesn't raise the price of Verge coin, right? Nobody's gonna go out and buy Verge coin, right? If you never had crypto or you never had Verge, you'd have to like go out, figure out how to buy Verge, figure out how to get a wallet, figure out how to like transfer it to Pornhub, put money onto an exchange, wait for that money to go, and then buy it, et cetera, et cetera. Like I said, there's a lot of steps, right? So you're just gonna pull your credit card. If you're really that worried about people like finding out for your Pornhub subscription, don't get one because you don't need one. You don't need one. Hey, and you could always get a prepaid debit card, right? So nobody's gonna know. Anyway. Fundamentally, Link prices have been driven by a couple things recently. The Coinbase Pro listing clearly gave it some momentum, but these exchange-driven pumps are no longer what they used to be. A possible tie-up with Google Cloud, which name-dropped Chainlink earlier this month, caused an epic spike in prices. The same Google announcement also mentioned Ethereum, which didn't move, indicating that a lot of Link action is purely speculation, and FOMO, which is all a part of the ebb and flow of the crypto asset market cycles. So, again, I think buying in now would be sort of a scary thing to do. I don't know if that would be a good idea. Now, it could keep going up if this partnership is truly amazing. But again, I think the article writer makes a really good point. Why didn't Ethereum super pump either? Is it just too expensive and people just wanted that pump in price? Or people are buying the cheaper one so that they get bigger gains. That certainly could be an explanation, but Ethereum went nowhere and made no announcements, and I haven't seen anybody saying, oh, Ethereum and Google have partnered. We've seen fake news before, and it could be real, it could be not, but either way, I don't think you could end up making a Link right now, but that's a questionable thing right now. 318 billion market cap. We are going down a little bit. Everything's sort of bleeding red at the moment, but that Chainlink still up by 6.31% from all these articles. So maybe take advantage of it, maybe not. That's not my job, but it is the only thing up right now, but usually when you buy into something that's so far up like that typically you end up buying at the top and it goes down from there. So it could be, considering the coin was trading at 20-30 cents for the longest time, that could be a long way to fall and a long time for you to wait to be able to actually sell at a profit or dead even. But we do have some greens, but it's just a few at the top. Dogecoin doing really well in that Chainlink. But other than that, a pretty bloody day for crypto. But that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share the videos. All helps me out a lot. My social media in the description below. But hope you guys enjoyed it. And as usual, I will see you guys next time.